Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another Properties and Beers. Today is interesting. We're going to chat about RBA rates and reimagining wealth. So here's the thing: rates are shifting. Are you riding the wave or getting crushed by it? Now, welcome to Properties and Beers. We don't just talk real estate. We talk freedom, strategy, and doing good while making money. And so, if it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your umpteenth time here, welcome back. And by the way, if you're here watching, I see some of you are watching right now. Drop me a line, say howdy, how's it going, and talk to me. Talk to me about what your thoughts are, interest rates are about. So I'm curious. But before we start, I know you're curious. In today's specialty of the day, it's a good old vodka cruiser. I know. As a male, I'm going to get lambasted for doing the vodka and cruiser situation. But it's a sour grape. It's too good to pass up. I had to give it a go. So cheers, guys. Wow, that tastes like someone put vodka inside a packet of Skittles. That's not getting too many more sips. People don't do vodka cruises. Definitely not the low sugar sour grape situation. Let's not talk about that ever again. Let's pretend like that one never happened. Geez, I'm gonna have to get a real beer after that to change the taste of my mouth. So here's the thing. Let's chat about what we're going to chat about today. By the way, if you've got some things to add, type it in the chat box. And if you're watching, once again, say howdy. Look, let's chat today about some big topics. What the RBA are about to announce and what it could mean for your next move. How to think about interest rates without losing your mind, as well as why innovation is a core value in ethical investing and the future of wealth. Let's go. Let's get this party started. And so here we go. So here's the thing, right? With the RBA announcement, which is imminent later on this month on the 20th, it's going to have to be about strategy, not speculation, because unlike the last umpteenth amount of announcement, with the exception of the last one, this is going to be about strategy, not speculation. So today's rate change, not today's rate change, the rate change we're about to have, it's not just news, it's your strategy update. The Reserve Bank is about to make its move on the 20th, and honestly, too many investors are out here reacting emotionally. But the RBA, they're not really guessing, and neither should you. So if you're serious about wealth, and you've got to watch this stuff like a hawk. And when the RBA does lower the rates, either 1 or 2 basis points, we've got to look at what markets are likely to grow. And I was watching the CoreLogic video the other day, and it showed that at the moment, the median house values are not house dwelling values altogether. Sydney, followed by Brisbane, followed by Adelaide and Perth, and then Melbourne. Now that's topsy-turvy, and that's a world that doesn't work long term, especially from a population point of view. So what the equilibrium should be, and remember, the world always has a way of getting back to equilibrium. It should be Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth and Adelaide sort of always vying for that next fourth in line spot. So equilibrium will happen, is my prediction, sometime this year. We are seeing some interesting seismic changes. I believe we're going to see a surge in refinance deals, and people are going to take that money out, and they're already starting to do that in advance, especially for places like Melbourne. Just a month ago, we were able to purchase areas like 500 square meters of land just outside of Melbourne for like $300,000. Now, that same kind of land isn't going for anything less than $400,000. It's catching up rapidly, and that's where the smart money is going now. Because here's the thing: smart investors don't pause, they pivot, right? And they're anticipating rate changes before they even happen, and they shouldn't really slow us down. They should shape our next move effectively. So my prediction is here, guys, we really need to look at investing. If you've been on the fence about investing for Melbourne, don't just get off the fence. Run. It's going to be too late otherwise. We're in a situation where it's the same thing as what happened in Gold Coast 2.5 years ago. The smart money moved to Gold Coast 2.5 years ago, and this is where we're at today. So, look, if you were thinking about it or on the fence, let's get off the fence. Run off the fence. And interest rates. People, like, I had a conversation today, I don't want to pay high interest. Well, here's the thing: if it's for investment, it's technically good, Ted. And if you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I encourage you to do it, because you realize the interest rates aren't the enemy, ignorance is. And here's the thing: growing up, the media trained our parents to be scared, and we got scared because of that. And let's be honest, fear doesn't build portfolios, strategy does. And whether rates are up or down or sideways, you can use your offsets to protect your cash flow. In fact, we've got a program called Mortgage Terminator that all of our clients are using to help them protect the cash flow, whichever way interest rates go. And if you're one of our clients, definitely check that out. Again, if you want another copy of that, happy to send it to you. If you're not one of our clients yet, and you're curious about that, get in touch with the team. I believe you should be able to leverage one property into another over a period of time. And effectively, instead of retreating, you can restructure. And what that allows us to do, and when we leverage our interest, is really to boost the yield of what we've got, boost the access to equity or strategy of what we've got. And I have noticed some people talk about interest rates in a place that's like very negative. And here's the thing: interest rates do hurt when they go up or down. But here's the thing: you don't wait. Here's my truth, right? You don't bleed. What am I trying to say? You don't beat the market by wishing for better rates. You adapt, right? Interest rates are effectively a tool, and tools shouldn't scare you when you know how to use them effectively. And I'm going back to I'm trying to remember a quote the other day, and here it is. They say that property is just investing in property is like a finance tool, just with bricks and mortar involved. And this works with a lot of high quality investors, because the best investors, they don't guess, they calculate. That's sort of my belief around a lot of the interest rates. And I hope you guys are enjoying the downloader mindset of stuff that's just been coming to my mind fairly recently. And if you're waiting for the interest rates to go down to invest in Melbourne, it's already kind of starting to be too late. Don't miss it. Get off the fence and start investing. I believe Brisbane's going to still rise as well. It's actually showing some skills of rising. But that's still to be said. I think you're going to start seeing the tapering off has already started with Perth and Adelaide, because it is what it is, and it is where it needs to be. And I've been harping on about this on my Facebooks and live for a longest time. By the way, if there's anyone else that's watching, I see you out there. Drop me a line and say hi. Alrighty. So, next thing I wanted to chat to you was about innovation, right? Innovation is really a core value of what we do at Ethical Property Investments. So let's get into what matters most, why we build the way we do. And so here's my thinking and my thoughts behind it. Ethical Property Investments, I believe innovation isn't just a feature, it's a core value. And you know what? We don't copy the market. We reinvent how you invest. And what happens is the market eventually copies us. And in fact, we actually won an award. I don't know if you can see it. RBA Awards for Innovator of the Year. There you go. I can see it on the camera. And that was earlier this year. And it was a great time. It was a great time to win it, because we're now seeing a lot of copycats out in the market. In fact, some people are actually damaging the market. I was featured on the Herald Sun talking about it. I didn't promote it publicly on my own Facebook, because there's a lot of people who've lost a lot of money by following people who don't necessarily have the best intention for their innovation, and they copy a lot of other people. I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but my suggestion to you, in order to protect yourself, work out who the innovators are in the industry and look at the history, the background. Google doesn't lie. It's easy to check Google to get the answers you want. So I believe, personally, we're not here to play catch up. And, as a company, we're here to lead. We're here to lead with heart, purpose, and with bold ideas that solve real world problems such as disability and social housing. And here's the thing. I don't believe that you can fix the housing crisis with the old models. You can't solve affordability with another investor special, and you can't create impact without reimagining the system. Over here at Ethical Property Investments, as well as what I do personally, I believe innovation is not just our edge; it's our responsibility. That's my genuine belief about what we do. And of course, there's going to be copycats who come along and, sorry, I'm talking a lot about copycats because I've seen a lot of them out there in the market recently. They take what we do, put something like a guarantee around it and sell it to unsuspecting investors, only to hurt them and have it come back to bite them years on in the media. That's unfortunately what's happening out there. But here's the thing. I'm going to say, I said this last week, and I'll say this again this week. Do good, make money, repeat. This is Property with Purpose reimagined, and it's working. That's what innovation is about for us. Whether it's SDA housing, co-living, community-first developments, we're really proving that is possible. That model works. So I haven't had many people comment and ask questions. No one's even actually talked about the horrible drink that I'm having. But guys, never again. Don't do this. Don't buy this. It's on special at the moment. Do not buy it. Sorry, it was too good to pass. So I'll leave you guys on Friday evening, ready for the weekend, ready for your amazing Mother's Day ahead, with a few questions. Are you reacting or reimagining? The RBA rates are going to shift, and they will keep shifting. Markets are going to tighten. Trends will change. But if your foundation is strong and your values are clear, then you don't flinch as an investor. You're going to be able to pivot with purpose, lead with innovation, do good and make money. And finally, this is Property and Beers. This is how we build differently. So cheers to that. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Cheers.